Welcome to Oakland today for today's U-Safe video. Today's video will be talking about how to properly utilize the JetSuiteX ADA ramp and align it properly with the aircraft for safe passenger loading and unloading, and how to properly operate the ramp and all of its safety features. We'll be right back. We'll take a look at the ramp itself. So we are here to introduce the passenger ramp utilized for boarding the JetSuiteX Embraer 135 when requested for any passengers that might need additional assistance while loading the aircraft. This ramp is not utilized on all flights, but only when requested by the JetSuiteX customer service staff here at Oakland. We'll take a walk around of the unit to show you all of its safety features, as well as how to properly place it at the aircraft for passenger loading, disembarkation, and finally how to pull it away from the aircraft for a safe departure. One feature of this ramp is the handbrake that is showed in this position right now, secured with the brake on. To maneuver the ramp, we'll simply lift up on the protective cap, depress the lever, and re-secure it with the cap, thus allowing the brakes to be off, and for us to simply push the ramp with two people around to maneuver it to or from the aircraft. Also, the rear ramp of the stairs can be lowered for passenger loading and unloading simply by releasing the latch on the bottom, and a spring-loaded attachment will allow the ramp to simply come down and allow passengers to board from ground level. As we move around the ramp, to simply put these back, all we do is raise them up, and the springs will take over, latching them into place once they are in the full and up locked position. As we move around to the right side of the ramp, you'll see there's a manual pump for lowering or raising the height of the stairs, but since it is set and fixed for the Embraer 135, we won't need to do that. And lastly, the upper ramp. So the upper ramp, which gets lowered to the aircraft, is simply locked in place with a pull ring, of which Anthony's going to demonstrate right now. So we pull the pull ring back, releases the stairs, and we simply lower them with the left or right guidance feature to maneuver them to fit in between the stairs of the airplane and lower them directly onto the aircraft floor. To release the stairs, simply pull back on them and latch them into position so that we can maneuver the stairs and the ramp away from the aircraft. Simple as that. The last safety feature that we want to talk about is the guidance ball. That this, at the end of the ramp, should be no more than 4, possibly 2 or 3 fingers away from the aircraft fuselage. This allows that the ramp does not touch any portion of the aircraft whatsoever, and does allow for proper positioning of the upper ramp to the integrated built-in air stair door of the aircraft. So that is the walk around of the ramp. Next up, we'll go ahead and actually position the ramp at the aircraft, showing how to guide it into position, and then also how to pull it away. Thank you very much. We'll see you in just a minute. When moving the ramp to the aircraft, it is very important to initially get the ramp completely perpendicular with the aircraft and utilize a guide person inside the aircraft to make sure that the ramp aligns completely with the aircraft and does not come in contact with the aircraft door or hand railings at all. The proper distance between the safety ball and the aircraft should be 1 or 2 inches, 1 or 2 finger lengths, to make sure that the ball is not touching the aircraft. And this will allow the upper ramp to be lowered properly into place between the handrails of the built-in air stair, as well as make contact with the floor of the aircraft to allow for proper and safe passenger loading and unloading. So now we'll go ahead and Rob will lower the rear stairs once the ramp is completely chalked. Brake is set. He'll begin by lowering the rear ramp and then simply ascend the ramp to the aircraft for final positioning of the upper ramp. And as mentioned before, There is a left to right shift option on the upper ramp itself to allow for proper alignment. And as you can see, there is very little clearance between the built-in air stairs and the ADA ramp itself. The idea is to get the upper ramp to go completely between the joints of the air stair door and fit snugly with the aircraft floor itself. Once the stairs and ramp are completely aligned, passenger loading or unloading may commence. So as we can see, the upper ramp is in complete alignment with the aircraft door, and we can begin passenger unloading at this time. As the passengers come out, they simply walk across the ramp and down to the ground and to the terminal. Once the aircraft has been completely loaded and is ready for departure, we will need to do the exact opposite. Simply retract the upper ramp slowly and safely away from the aircraft, making sure that no part of it touches the aircraft at all. Once it is secured, we can go down to the forward portion of the ramp and secure that section so that we can easily maneuver the stairs away from the aircraft. Now with both ramps secured, we'll simply remove the chocks. We'll depress the handbrake lever, and with both personnel, simply move the ramp away from the aircraft so that it can depart safely. And make sure that the ramp is completely out of the way of the jet blast and secured with chocks. Thank you very much. That is how we operate the ADA ramp for JetSuiteX here at Oakland with the Embraer 135 aircraft. Thank you for your attention. So once again, thank you very much for your attention. If you have any questions, please make sure to ask your supervisor for any and all information regarding placement of the ramp to the aircraft for safe passenger loading and unloading. Once again, thank you very much for your attention.